Alright, as you can see, we're going to go through Help on the Way in Slipknot. I finally got to go over some of it because other people have been posting up their videos. Patrick and Brendan, thank you so much for posting those videos. It helped me out tremendously with this. I'm going to kind of piece together what I found with it, add a couple more things to help out some people. So I'm just going to go through the studio version because it's a pretty good version to go over, I would say. The opening chord is F minor 9. And this inversion is this little triad inversion of F minor at the 6th, 6, 5, 6, and then 6, 5, 8, put on the 8th fret for the 9th note, F minor 9. So that's your opening chord. And then you're gonna do the octaves of F, F, F. Not the full, I mean you can do the full one, but you see Bob likes to do these octaves. Like I was explaining in Birdsong and Scarlet Begonias, he does the octaves a lot, where it's just the 2. So let's do that. Okay, so that's the first part of the verse right there, what I just did. So you're gonna go F minor 9, back to regular F minor. So he's putting the 9 on each chord. 9, 9. And then 7, puts the C minor 7. This variation right here of the triad. Slide that down to B flat 7, B flat minor 7, and then it becomes F minor because that's the triad right there. So it's kind of like interplaying with chords. They could be something, they could be something else, but it depends on what Jerry's doing and what the band's doing, and the band's doing F minor, so it's F minor, you know. So, and then put your pinky off and put your middle finger on, and then put your pinky on, and then put the bar on after you take off. So that's kind of the gist of the licks. And then so the gist of this is middle finger on the 9th, and then you have your index finger kind of barring the 8th. Then you're going to hammer on the 8th to the 10th on the G. Hammer it off. Or no, don't hammer off, but just hammer it on, and then the next lick is with it off. And then you want to go. So the gist of the lick is while keeping this. And then for the last one you go. This moves down with it. So you have your pinky on the G right here for this chord, because it's just because that's what Jerry's doing. Pinky on the 10th on the G, on the D, index finger on the 7th of the G, and then your middle finger's on the 8th of the B. Your ring finger's droning. And then the same thing. So the only difference of the two parts of the verses is that ending. You do that for the first part, for the first verse, and then for the second part of this first verse, you end in. You go back up to this note instead of going down to that, you know? Because you're about to go into that. But you do it a little differently than how you're doing it right here before. You don't want to do that for that part. I will stay. You want to do I will stay. So let's go through the verse one more time and then I'll get to that part. Start from the beginning. There's a couple ways of doing these. This is the same way every time. So you're going to switch to this inversion of F minor. Pinky on the 8th on the A, middle finger on the D string on the 6th, and then your index fingers on the 5th on the G. It's the F minor inversion triad. And you're just going to be dropping this note, your pinky note, keeping these two the entire time. So it makes it F minor 7, F minor 6. It's just at the top right here. So I will stay one more day, and then instead of doing it again, you start from this one and then go down to C. And he kind of just does that riff. These two. So I will stay one more day, like I say. And then honey, it's you. You can go those single notes, or I've seen him do a full E flat chord. So I will stay one more day, like I say. And then when you land in this, the chord you're doing is going to be G sharp major 7, and then you're going to add the 9 to it, because that's what he's doing the entire song, is adding 9s to chords. So this is like a minor, bottom triad right here of G major 7. So you can do index finger on the 4th on the B string, pinky on the bottom on the 6th, and then your middle fingers on the 5th on the G string. Because Jerry's going G major 7, G sharp major 7. You're going G sharp major 7, add 9. Because that's what you're doing. Every single chord Jerry's doing, you're adding the. Jerry's doing. You're going. You're adding the 9. So the gist of Bob's playing in this one is the 9s. So another way to do that little. Go up to this inversion right here. So it's like a G sharp right here. The C inversion. Just drop this middle finger note down to the bar in the index finger. Dropping this note down 1. G sharp major 7. And then add the 9. This 11th fret B string is the 9. And you're kind of playing the bottom of the variation just like you are down here if you're doing it down here, you know? through there.
She has no pain. Like a child, she's new, she is not today. Boys for fun, wings spread wide, swing from night into the sun. Don't stop to run. She can fly like a guy, she can't be outdone. Tell me the cost. I can leave any gold till the love is undone. Sailing away without a love day, insanity's I will pay day by day, and you will be locked away. Crippled but free.
Oh shit.
I was blind all the time, I was learning to see.
So as you can see, it's kind of the same thing through the verses. There's different parts when they do the. Kind of just have to listen for it. So yeah, and then when you do the. Another way to do it instead of going. You can go. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of the verses. Let's go through the jam part with them.
Help on the way. And I know the mess I got today.
I love that one because Bob accents it so much more for some reason on this verse. When they come out of the help on the way, Bob goes, when I know only this. He really emphasizes it right there. You can hear it.
Help on the way. And I know only this I got today.
Ooh. These chords are just so. I just love doing them.
Don't fly away.
Okay, so right there, that's you can hear he slides up into this inversion instead of sitting on this one. So some of the verses you can just slide up into the octaves. Well, this is one of them. Don't fly away.
Only this I got today. Don't fly away. 'Cause I love and I love and I won't get away. I will stay one more day. Like I say, honey, it's you. Making it to
So this part I just learned, and it's a monster. It's really fun to play too. So when you go into the and then you're just gonna do a after you do 4 of those, you're gonna add an extra little measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you're not gonna. You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're gonna start doing this diminished climb up. So this diminished climb up, the first note is on the D note on the A string. So 5, 6, 4, 6. 5, 6, 4, 6. Middle finger on the A string, ring finger on the D string, index finger on the G string, pinky on the B string. So the way I remember this is the first note, what the first note is. So the first note's D, and then the first note for the second one is F. So you keep this formation the entire time. D, F, A flat, B. Okay, so when you do that, G minor, you're gonna go into a G minor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then one little D minor. Back into the. You can also just do that. So when you put that in, you're gonna put the little G minor part is in there, and then you go right back to the diminished walk up. And there's many different ways that he does this in this song. I'm just going off of this studio version because I feel like he adds just a couple more notes in this walk down because it's a studio. They're laying it down, you know. So this walk down. So let's get up to the walk down first. Okay, so I was gonna say for this part too, when you go. You could also just do that. Add in the C. Little bass. I wasn't ready for it, sorry. So to get up to that, like I said, the G minor, and then I like to go back down to this G minor, the last little G minor strum that I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right before I go into the walk up again, because it kind of sets me up right here for this switch to right here. You know, you can be up here, but if you can switch quick enough to down here, you know, I can't at the moment because I just learned it. But so just do that walk up again. Kind of noticed that there's a lot of different versions where he's kind of just throwing it in, as long as it's in the general area. I know the first one is this D, F, A flat, B, but it's kind of like, I've heard him do different ones, you know, where it's kind of just, the coming out of it, they go up a whole step. I know that is for certain. But before they go into this jam, it's kind of just, as long as you're in the general area. But the ones that I picked out that are sounding correct are the D, F, A flat, and the B. And then the chords to go down are E minor, B minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E minor, and then B minor 9, and then A, with a 5 on it. You can hear him put this little E note in there in the walk down. This little, so I think he's putting these bottom notes in there on the chords that are A minor, B minor, you know, just little different flurries than in a live version. So you don't have to necessarily add them in there because he's just sitting in the studio laying this down, you know. But what was it? So E minor right here, at the 10th and or the 12th and the 14th. B minor, with the index finger on. I like to do that one. You can also just so I like to do it like this. E minor, B minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E minor back up to here. This inversion. Which is, so let's go through all the versions. This is 12th and the 14th. This is the triad inversion of B minor. 12, 11, 12 with the 10 on the bottom, and then F sharp minor, bar the 9th, and then your pinky and your ring finger are on the 11th, and then your middle finger is on the B string on the 10th. So, and then A minor, same inversion as the B minor, and then you're gonna hop back up to this E minor inversion to keep you in this section. So your middle finger is on the 10th on the A string, that's the minor note, and then you're gonna have D, G barred by your index finger, and then your pinky is on the B string. And you're gonna strum that quick. This kind of sets you up for this B and B9. You just hammer on take your middle finger off and hammer on your ring finger onto the G string of the 11th fret, because that makes it B. And then once you hammer that on, bar your bottom for the 9 note. It's very quick. So, it's very quick right there. And then you're gonna switch this part of A. It's a triad of A. 5, 5, 1, 5, double 5. And it's okay if the D string rings out with it. I might just make it a sus4 with it. So, that's what you want to do for A minor. And then after this, D minor, real quick, these two. 12, 10, D, G, real quick, because then you're gonna go into the G or the A, but you're gonna hit G note. No, you're gonna hit E note, G note, B note. To come out of that after the D. Kind of palm mute it. And then A to B hammer on Jimmy feel. That's what you hear right there at the end of it, is Bob doing that. Bob doing that. So you're gonna add, and when Jerry hits that, you're gonna adding in that. So let's do it one more time fully through.
One more day, like the sea needs you. Making it two. Without love in the name, it'll never come true.
Okay, so as you can see, that kind of sets you up for the riff that Bob's gonna do, because Jerry's going. You're going the same little E, G, B. Do that twice. Then you do E to F, D, E, E, F, E, D, E. But that's quick. So that's the riff you're gonna do when Jerry's doing that. That's what you're doing right there. I'm gonna stop there because I gotta practice these riffs in Slipknot, but I'm gonna do a different video for that. But I hope that helps. I got a bunch of help from the other videos too. Check them out, they're on YouTube. I hope that helps, guys. More to come.